In this video, I'm going to show you how to use the PL2303TA with the PN532 RFID reader writer. I'm going to show you how to use and configure with Windows 10 and Windows 7 as well. In Windows 10, the driver installs automatically, so we have got no problem at all. Whereas in Windows 7, we have to manually install the driver and configure. So these devices are not expensive and you can buy them from eBay, and you can use this to connect to PN532 in the UART mode. And I'm also going to show you how to use this board with a RFID tag. If you go to eBay and type the PL2303 TA, so these are the listing you see. As you can see here, these are not very expensive to buy, and you can also buy this from amazon.co.uk as well. So these are some of the images from one of the listing, and you can see that it has got 4 wires with white, green, black and red. And probably you'll also find some description about the wires here. The white wire, the red is 5 volts, the black is it's a ground, and the white is the receive pin, and the green is the transmit pin. So I got mine from eBay, and this is what it is. Let's see how to use this. So I'm going to show you how to connect this to a Windows 7, and what I'm going to do now is show you a series of images which I have captured on a Windows 7 machines. I myself don't work on Windows 7. I think the last I used was probably around 3 years ago, because after that we had Windows 8 and Windows 8.1 and Windows 10. So trust me, whatever you see here, so they're all from the working scenarios, and this image is what you see as soon as you connect this to your Windows 7 computer. So as you can see here, the Windows try to install the driver automatically, but it could not do it. So you see this message, no driver found. And if you go to the device manager, you can also see that here it says the USB serial. It did recognize it is a USB serial controller, but somehow it's not able to get the proper working driver. So you can see a yellow exclamation mark here. So I do have a couple of 2 more here, I don't know. And as usual, we try to right click and look for updated drivers, and you choose this one, and eventually Windows still says it's not able to find the USB driver. So the next option is you have to go to the manufacturer website. So we have seen this website in my previous videos when I did a video on one more a controller. I think that was HXD, I suppose. And you have to get the download file, and this is the driver for Windows 7, 8 and also Windows 10. So you unzip this driver, and probably I don't remember exactly, it was an installer. So when you try to install, so let the installation continue, and when you finished it, you have to remove this USB cable and reconnect it. So this is the time Windows will try to automatically recognize the driver and install it. Eventually you should see a wonderful message like this that says your prolific USB to serial COM port and ready to use. And now if you go back to your device manager, you're going to see what is this, the prolific and this message. So this shows the device is now working with the proper driver. Now I'm going to show this live on my Windows 10 computer. So I'm going to connect it, and since I've already installed this before, the Windows 10 automatically got the driver installed. And if you see here, the Windows 10 recognized this USB cable, and this is what you would like to see before you start using my software, or before you start using this cable with the PN532. So next I'm going to show you how to connect this USB to TTL cable to PN532. So you can connect this in two different ways. The first method is what you see here. This PN532, this is the blue board I've been using in all my previous demonstration, and I also mentioned about why I'm using this blue board but not the red board. And the reason is, I was able to get the ultralight C working with this blue board, and because we are using this PN532 without a microcontroller, and that is one of the biggest advantages, especially for the students who are learning, who want to build a system for much cheaper price, and who doesn't want to do any Arduino programming. This is the best choice. And the first thing you have to do is you have to set this the switch settings here, and you can see here it's upside down. It is set to 0 0, and S1 S2 are both grounded to zeros. So there's a very tiny gap between the 1 and 0, so you have to be very careful when you make changes here. So you have to play with your the solder gun. So here these, so on this side of the connectors, so we need only 4 connections here, and this one is a 5 volts, goes to red, and we know that here the white is RX, the receiver, and the green is the transmitter. So the white will go to the transmitter and the green will go to the receiver. So this is just the complementary connections here, and the ground will go to the ground. So this is the same connection, but with upside down, and you can see here the green one, the white one, which is a receiver, goes to the MOSI SDA stroke TX, the transmitter, and the green one, which is the transmitter, if you see here, so goes to the RX. So you have to some of the printing on the board are a bit misleading here, so you just have to just see back and front to make out the proper connection. So this is the first method of connecting. And the second method we are going to see is to connect on the other side, which is also called the FTDI cable. And this print is was a bit confusing for me as well, because if you see the print on the top, it says the ground, NC, 5 volts, TX, RX, and NC here. But if you see at the back where the legends are printed, you can see that it is NC here, which is the MOSI here, and which is the RX here, and which is 5 volts NC and the ground. So we just have to so you just have to get used to that. So I've been referring to the print on the back side. So it's very, again, we know that the white one goes to the, because white one is the receiver, goes to the TX, and the green one is the transmitter, goes to the RX, and the red goes to 5 volts, and the black one goes to ground. So the connection is very simple. And next I'm going to make the connection and show that all these things work with my software. So you can see here I made the connection, and this is the next version of this software. We have used this software before when I demonstrated how to use the intact 213 and 215, but this version is going to be different because this will be based on uh, the concept of DLLs. So the first thing you do is connect to PN532. So the connection is successful. You can see this message. It says connected to COM4, and this is the PN. I think we have seen the various commands we sent from this software. Now I'm going to show you how to read and write. So because there is nothing to place the tags, I made a small bridge out of this paper. I have got a brand new, this is a MeFair ultralight sticker, so I have just got it stuck to a plastic card. Now I'm going to choose, this is the software I'm working with now. This is the MeFair ultralight. So I'm going to maximize now. Okay, now you're going to activate, and we have seen all these commands before. This is if you want to know the various commands to send, this is where you should look for. And I'm going to show you to read this entire tag. So you can see that we are able to communicate with the MeFair ultralight tag. So since this video is not about showing you how to program MeFair ultralight tag, I'm not going to spend any time, but I'm going to make a separate video on using this MeFair ultralight and using various commands. So this time you can see that I've connected using the second method, where the cables are connected to the FTDI section. So first connect, you can see the connection is successful, and I'm going to try out a tag here, choose the MeFair, and you can see that this works as well. So that is all about how to connect this PL2303TA to PN532. And if you like this video, so give me a thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel.